Good YouTube. Yeah, it's Chris Box here. And, well, I know I haven't been up here in a while. I haven't made a ton of videos for my channel yet. But that's because of my new hours. My new hours are... My hours used to be from 8 to 12. But now I'm working from 12 to 4. But now... There is snow outside, and it is currently in Joplin. It's currently like 19 degrees, but it feels like -1, and I'm not working out in that type of weather. No way, no how. But anyway, I was browsing through YouTube, looking at wrestling vids, and I happened to come up on this creator called Johnny Rage. Now, Johnny Rage, I don't know. All I can say about him is what I can. All I can say about him is what I've seen from his videos. I've seen about two. One was called Liar Liar, which I want to express that for a second. Liar Liar was a video basically bashing the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels about how he wasn't really hurt, how he wasn't really hurt at WrestleMania 14. Now, if anyone knows their history about the WWE, they will know that back at WrestleMania 14, Shawn dropped the title to Austin. But you see, weeks prior, Shawn had a casket match on Monday Night Raw with The Undertaker. And there was a spot in that match where Shawn, where Taker backdropped Shawn over the ropes, and Shawn's back grazed the casket. His back hit the corner of the casket while he was coming down. Now, Shawn tried to miss it, but to no avail, he hit it. And I was looking down the comments. I was looking down in the comments section, scrolling, and people said that, if Shawn Michaels' back was as bad as he says it was, he wouldn't have been able to keep up. Really? Now hold on a minute. He may have been... What a lot of people don't know is that Michaels was in excruciating pain. Austin said it. Vince McMahon said it. And even Shawn Michaels himself said it. Now, there was a rumor going around that Shawn would not drop the belt to Austin, even though he would take a 4-year hiatus. A 4-year hiatus from the WWE. He came back in 2002 and had that amazing program with Triple H. And he was still having back problems then. And he's always had back problems. Now, Johnny Rage basically doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know his history that well. Because Shawn, now if you want to talk about somebody having an ego, look at Bret Hart. Okay, I have nothing against Bret Hart, and I have nothing against Shawn Michaels. But Bret's ego is so big, he has to have his own area. Bret's ego is so big that he started to believe that he really was the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Now, Shawn and Bret buried the hatchet. And people have got to remember that in the 90s, Shawn Michaels had substance abuse problems. It's no secret that he had substance abuse problems. Now, Shawn did say he did everything that Vince told him to. And yes, that may be true. That may be true. But people are absolutely right that he didn't put over Vader. Okay. Michaels did not put over everyone. Because if you think about it, Vince was never going to push Vader anyway. And now Leon has 2 years to live. And he's still wrestling. And I believe he's like in his 60s. Now, Shawn at WrestleMania 14 dropped the belt to Austin and took that 4 years. But really, when you have a video, when you have a thumbnail that has Shawn Michaels' face and the words liar, liar, you have to find something. You have to find something that makes people believe that Shawn lied about this. How did he lie about WrestleMania 14? Everyone could see that Shawn Michaels was in excruciating pain. I mean, imagine this, Johnny Rage. Imagine you get backdropped on, and you try to miss the casket, and your back hits the corner. Now, you may not think it's so bad at first, but the next morning, you're frozen in bed and you can't move. Why? Now, Michaels was going hard back in the day. He was doing Playboy. He was appearing on movie shoots. He was even wrestling. And Vader actually beat Michaels on some occasions. But you know, when people talk about Shawn Michaels, they immediately think of the Montreal Screwjob. Well, let me tell you something. The Montreal Screwjob had to happen, and the Montreal Screwjob had to happen because Bret didn't want to drop the belt to Shawn. Shawn didn't want to. Shawn and Bret hated each other, and you know, it's like Macho Man said. He said in a WCW promo that he was so sick and tired of hearing about how Bret Hart got screwed. He's been complaining for a year and a half. Well, I'm sick of hearing it then, and I'm sick of hearing about it now. But the problem with wrestling fans today, it even happens with John Cena. Everyone hates John Cena, just like everyone hated the Heartbreak Kid. Why does everyone hate John Cena? Because people don't like it. People don't like how John Cena gets title shot after title shot after title shot, or that he constantly is on, or that he's constantly the poster boy of the WWE. Where? Well, let me set the record straight. John Cena is a 15-time World Heavyweight Champion. And when you are a 15-time World Heavyweight Champion, you don't have to earn title shots. In fact, I may get a lot of heat for this, but Johnny Rage, I don't know you, and I don't want to have any beef with you, but what's your problem with Shawn Michaels? I mean, Shawn, when he came back in 2002, he was different. That's all. That's all for right now. No, it's not all. Shawn Michaels was different. Shawn Michaels, his last two matches were against The Undertaker. Bret Hart's last match was against Bill Goldberg. I mean, but I'm not trying to make this into a Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart comparison. It's just that they're the two easiest to compare right now, since I have so many things in my head that I'm trying to get out. But Johnny Rage has a big problem. And his big problem is that he's looking at the old Shawn Michaels. Now, there have been people that have stated that Michaels is the reason that Bret Hart got screwed. Well, guess what? If somebody won't do business, we'll do Shawn Michaels just had to make Bret do business. Because think about it. Back in 95, Alundra Blaze, aka Medusa, left the World Wrestling Federation for World Championship Wrestling and tossed the World Wrestling Federation Women's title in the trash. Well, Vinnie Mac wasn't gonna let Bret go to WCW with the World Wrestling Federation title. Vince McMahon himself even said it. What I wanted on that night is for Bret Hart not to walk away with the World Wrestling Federation title. And here's the thing. Bret Hart, when he was drawing money, he was a mid-carder. He was a mid-carder. He was the Intercontinental Champion. And Hogan was the top guy. But when Hogan came back, Bret was the top guy, and Bret Hart wasn't making a dime when he was champion. Otherwise, Vince wouldn't have screwed. Otherwise, Vince McMahon wouldn't have done what he did and made Shawn Michaels the champion. So Johnny Rage, here's what I want you to do. You can retort, you can respond, but all I want you to do is answer this one simple question. What is your problem with the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels? Because if you think about it, Shawn Michaels, on his best day, probably could have defeated The Undertaker and broke the streak at WrestleMania 25 or 26. So, Johnny Rage, I don't have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with Shawn Michaels. But apparently from your video of Liar Liar, and you typed into the description box that Shawn Michaels is lying about WrestleMania 14. You must have a problem with Michaels. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So I just want you to answer that question. What's your problem with Shawn Michaels? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, since I got that out of the way, if you like my video, like, comment, subscribe, share. If you didn't, like, subscribe, comment, share. Alright. This has been Chris. This has been Christopher Box. I'm signing out. Peace.